What's going on, guys? It's Icy Rhythms again. Welcome back. And in this video, we're gonna try really hard to find a way to entertain what I believe to be this fake list, this rumored list of Xbox games at E3 2018. If you look at guys like Reset Era and that forum, they've already shut this down. They're kind of looking for what I'm looking for, anyone with a brain would look for, and that's a little more credible information, more credible sources on this. Some things about this list almost come off like a Nintendo or Sony fanboy or something just wanted to have a good poke at Microsoft and their fans and made this list or something. To me, it comes off that way. Some of these games are a given. I think they will happen eventually anyway, whether they're announced at this E3 sometime as a surprise later this year or sometime next year, whether that's E3 or what have you. I think some of them will get announced eventually just because they are what they are. So you have Forza Horizon 4. This will be a huge deal. I can definitely see that happening this year. Forza Horizon 3 was huge for Microsoft. Some people say it's the best racing game of all time. I think for many it's become a bigger deal than just regular old Forza, right? It's got that good mix of arcade racing with a little bit of sim, and for some people that's the perfect mix, and Forza Horizon has become a very big deal. So whether it's this year or next, I can see this game definitely getting announced. Scream Ride 2. This is probably my biggest issue with this list. Scream Ride 2. Like, who was really checking for a Scream Ride 2? Who was dying to play a Scream Ride 2? That feels a little off to me. It would be very surprising to me if this turned out to be true and this game is in like real development, okay? If it's coming out this year or sometime next year or something. Scream Ride 2, I just can't figure out who would be really interested in that. Maybe they don't need to sell, 5-10 million copies or something for it to be profitable. I don't really know. Scream Ride 2, Scream Ride 2, I don't know, man. Something seems off about that and really just adds to the lack of credibility for this list. Crackdown 3. Now, Sony and Microsoft both have this issue where they like to announce games and then show them 2 or 3 more times before actually bringing them out. I don't really care for that. I say let the game get announced, and then any other like cinematic trailers or gameplay stuff you want to show, do it on your official YouTube channel or on your official Twitter account or something. I'm just not that interested. Show nothing but new games the next time around. But I think that's going to be the case for both Sony and Microsoft this year, is that we're probably going to see more gameplay from some games that we've already seen. It wouldn't surprise me if, it really wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me if we didn't see something like Spider-Man again from Sony. I think we've seen enough from that game. Let something else have that spot during their E3 conference. Some new content for Sea of Thieves. This seems a little off too. I'm not really feeling that new content for Sea of Thieves. They actually did officially announce some new content, sort of their roadmap for the next 6 months to a year for Sea of Thieves on their official YouTube channel. So me personally, I don't think that seeing new content for Sea of Thieves at this E3 event would really be worth it. But man, if they really show some Sea of Thieves stuff, like they really don't have a lot to show in terms of like new games, and maybe even add some credibility to this list. Ashen, we already know about this game. I'm not terribly interested. We're probably gonna see some gameplay for that. I just can't really care all that much. Below, when was Below announced? Below was announced in feels like 2013, 14, 15 maybe. This game, since the first time I heard about it and knew what some of the games it was that inspired them to make it, I was really interested in checking out Below. But this game, it's taking forever to come out, it seems like, and maybe they can finally get it out before 2018 is over. Banjo-Kazooie Anniversary, this seems like a real possibility. I don't know if it's gonna happen this year, but I can see them announcing this at some point. You know, I know it's kind of crazy. Some might think that this is crazy, but I think you should save a game like that for maybe like the launch of your next Xbox, maybe. I know it's just kind of an anniversary game, but it would be, you know, having something like that and say like Forza, what are they on, 7 or 8 now? Forza 7 or 8, or Forza Horizon 5 or something, or even keep Forza Horizon 4 for that, you know. But they'll most likely have Forza Horizon 4 come out this year or next. So next Xbox release, probably not a possibility. But, you know, Halo Genesis, kind of the same thing. But that actually wouldn't surprise me if that game is in still very early stages of, well, it's supposed to be a reboot, right? So I'm thinking it's in very early stages, and that game's not coming out for at least 2 more years. Maybe I'm wrong about that, and they could have that as a launch title. Imagine having the Halo reboot as a launch title for your new Xbox. I mean, that would be a huge deal for a lot of people, even people that don't have tons of interest in Xbox and might say, man, look at those visuals, it's Halo, this is an established franchise, like I want to check this out. You know, like Halo as a launch title, Halo 6, Halo Genesis, whatever they decide to call it, whether it's a reboot or not, this could be a very big deal. It'll be a big deal anyway, but an extremely big deal if they hold on to that for the next generation Xbox. Moving on to Joanna Dark, this could be interesting. I feel like there will be another Perfect Dark game at some point, and I would be fine with it being called Joanna Dark. I've always enjoyed the name. I think that's another game that you keep for the launch of your new Xbox, if this list is indeed to be believed. I think that's a game that you would hold on to. Keep one of them at least, like keep a new Perfect Dark game or Halo or something. Probably Halo would work a little bit better, but keep one of those games, especially if you're looking to make something amazing out of that. And I'd be down for another game in that universe. It's been a long time since I played Perfect Dark, a very, very long time. So I would be interested, as long as it was done right, I'm there. You know, if games are done right, I just want to play good games. I don't care, you know, I said this on Twitter yesterday to one individual, and you guys have probably heard me say it before. I just want to play good games. I don't care about exclusives or if something's indie or multi-plat or whatever. I just want to play good games. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, I mean, I guess we know that this game is for sure coming. I don't think we need to see that game. I think it's probably going to be really awesome. It's going to be one of the most beautiful games again that we'll see for whenever it releases, whether it's this year or next. I mean, that the original game still looks amazing. It's one of the best looking games released for the generation. For what it is, it's a looker. It's a really good looking game, and at times can be pretty challenging. I didn't beat it, but it has its challenging moments, and it's fun. It is a lot of fun. So I really don't want to see it again, though. I'm just being honest. I don't want to see it at one of their bigger events like E3. Electric Madness. All I'm getting from this is that it could be a racing game. Not much to go on, I guess. That name just seems really uninspired. I'm gonna be honest, the name's kind of lame. Electric Madness. I'm not saying that can keep it from being a good game or anything, but I'm not terribly interested, and the name's not really doing it any favors. We have nothing to go on. Splinter Cell, rumored to be on Xbox first. I would imagine that this will also release for PC if that happens. Rumored to be on Xbox first sounds, you know, Splinter Cell and Xbox, that's been a thing for quite some time, probably since, well, the original game, right? I think they all look better on Xbox as far as like the console versions go, and I'm down. I am down for more, you know, Blacklist type of gameplay, but they could even bring some of the elements from Chaos Theory back. I mean, there's some things about the gameplay from the older titles that I wish they would do now and maybe just polish them up to make them seem a little more modern. I'd be down. And I was God at Blacklist and Chaos Theory multiplayer, and that's something that if the multiplayer for the new Splinter Cell game ends up being a huge deal and blows up on Twitch or something, that's something I would get really involved in, because for whatever reason I've been really fucking good at those games. So I mean you got guys that like only stream Fortnite, CSGO, and you know, the usual suspects on Twitch, but like that could be like a go-to game for me, because me and my buddy Digital, we just dominated Blacklist. You know, just, I mean, my Chaos Theory partner, I don't even know what happened to that guy. I haven't talked to him in so long, but yeah, Blacklist, that was my shit. So I am down for not only a new campaign that I'll conquer, but also new multiplayer that could turn into a huge deal for Ubisoft and the Splinter Cell series. So, I mean, I'm not really feeling this list. This list is like really playing it safe, and I would say, I mean, you could probably say this as of last year, or maybe even the year before. Microsoft is gearing up for the next generation Xbox, in my opinion, and they're not going to announce anything that I think will be a huge deal moving forward this generation. I think if they announce anything like a Halo Genesis or a Joanna Dark or something like that, or some new IP or two that's going to be AAA and, you know, budget of $100 million or more, I think that's going to be saved for the next generation Xbox. They know that they have lost this generation. Us gamers realize that they have lost. They got obliterated. Like, Sony completely obliterated the competition this generation. It's not even fair. It's not even funny. The PlayStation 4 kicked ass. They have a ton of exclusive games. Sony got some of the better third-party deals early in the generation. Microsoft kind of screwed themselves over, not just with some of their events, but a lot of the PR stuff as well, a lot of the damage control, and their fans haven't really done them any favors. I think fans of consoles in particular can almost make you not want to go out and buy one. The Xbox fans this generation have been pretty annoying, pretty obnoxious, and hopefully this has maybe humbled them in some way, and they realize now that these companies don't really care about you, and it's really just about the games in the end. And as long as you're having fun, exclusive, multiplats, indies, whatever it is, AA, AAA, it's really just about having fun and trying to enjoy your games. If this list is indeed 100% true, and just running down that list of games, again, Forza Horizon 4, Scream Ride 2, Crackdown 3, Sea of Thieves, new content, Ash and Below, Banjo-Kazooie Anniversary, Halo Genesis, possibly a reboot, Joanna Dark, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Electric Madness, and Splinter Cell. I mean, that's a solid list, but like, it's, you know, kind of like par for the course. I mean, this would be a very expected list, but I think Microsoft is just sort of, if this list is indeed true, and even if it's not true, I still think you're not going to get a lot of big surprises or any new major IPs. And I think if you do, those games will end up being next generation games. I mean, at the very least, you might be able to play them on Xbox One X if you own that or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see. That might go against their entire plan of, you know, being able to play any game they release moving forward, even on the OG Xbox One. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that goes, but you guys have been awesome. Thank you again for the continued support. I am not getting behind this list. I do think for the most part it's probably fake, and Microsoft is accepting defeat and gearing up for next generation. So thank you again. You guys take care. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Have a good one. Peace.